Hold on.
No way.
That has blown my socks off.
Today we are testing the ultimate BLT.
But here is the twist.
We're going to be trying it 3 ways: on sourdough, on white bread, and as a grilled BLT.
And one of these is about to become king.
We recently made our own American style bacon smoked pork belly. In a lot of the comments, you guys said we should try this with a BLT. But we did have a BLT before, but we used store-bought bacon that we get over here in the UK. So I think this could actually change everything. The question is, how many slices of bacon are we going to need per sandwich?
Lots.
Okay, the last time we had a BLT, I was struggling with quite a lot of morning sickness because this one, yeah, you were in my tummy and the bacon wasn't, well, I wasn't really feeling it. But this time, I am feeling these BLTs.
This bacon smells amazing. And there's so many different ways you can enjoy bacon and so many different types of bacon, like streaky, unsmoked, Kevin. And as correctly stated in previous videos, you must always cook your bacon on a cold skillet first. We have used all the bacon, so we might need to do this in 2 runs. God, this bacon smells so good. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's going to be 2 runs. This bacon is done. And what we need to do now, we're going to grill this with bacon fat. So what can go wrong, eh? What can go wrong? Just pop that in. Let us know in the comments below what you think will be our favourite. I'm hedging my bets on this bad boy. Okay, oh, this looks really naughty.
We are ready to take this to the taste test. So the ultimate deciding factor. Now, one thing I just want to point out is we only put pepper on these. We didn't put any salt in it because we felt there's going to be enough salt in the bacon itself. But let us know, would you salt yours as well as?
And that's in reference to on the tomatoes as well, not just on the sandwich, but on the tomatoes.
Now, I've got a question for you.
Yep.
Which one do you think you're going to like the most?
The grilled.
Now, from memory, I think I prefer just the plain bread one. So I think I'm going to go for that one first. But this might surprise us as well as it might surprise the viewers of home. Should we get stuck in?
Let's get stuck in. After you.
Grilled first?
Grilled.
This just looks messy.
It looks super yummy. Again, it's grilled in bacon fat. Don't tell my doctor.
Yeah, holiday diet's gone out the window.
Bit of a crunch there. I'm drooling, I'm salivating so much.
Oh, no way. That is good. That bacon, yeah, I don't know what to say other than whoa.
Oh. That's heaven. That's absolute heaven. Hold on. When we had this bacon the other day, it was really sweet. I'm not getting that sweetness so much now.
No, I think it's working really well with the other things. I'm guessing some of the sweetness has been drawn out of it with some of the other ingredients, but I'm loving the crunch in this one. So you get the crunch of the bread because it's grilled with the crispy and tenderness of the bacon, and then you get that nice crunch of the romaine lettuce, and yeah, the tomato works.
Oh. This is definitely a napkin video. That right there is a little sandwich of heaven.
A little sandwich, that's quite a big sandwich. It's really quite cool, that one. I'm loving it. I didn't think I'd like the grilled one just as much, especially because it's in the bacon fat as well, and I thought it might be too much, but no, that's good.
It's amazing.
Now, I don't want to fill up on that first one, although I quite easily could. I'm going to go for a bite of the bread, okay? Just the plain white bread.
That's the ultimate BLT for me already.
Really?
It's so much better with homemade bacon. And not only homemade bacon, homemade smoked bacon.
Okay. I'm just finding these sandwiches really difficult to hold together and eat. This is good, and I think exactly what you said, homemade smoked bacon, American style, is making these sandwiches taste a lot better than they did the first time. Don't think it was my morning sickness, I just think it was the bacon. The bacon is really, really good, and I maybe want to change my rating on the bacon alone from a 9 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10 for the bacon.
Ooh. Just while you're taking that bite, this for me is in like a different plane, a different universe compared to the bacon sandwiches we get over here. Having it like this, having our homemade, smoked, streaky American style. Now, I would say this is more official American style. We've made it ourselves, that we know exactly what's gone into it, so there's no nasty preservatives. It's not processed. I can taste it already. I know we've still got 2 more sandwiches to go, but I can taste it already.
Now, I just want to say as well, I've got no point of reference apart from the ones we made at home ourselves, because I've never had a BLT before, because it's something that really did not appeal to me. If there was another sandwich to choose from, it wouldn't have been a BLT, but I may have been converted.
This is why there is a God. That is really good as well. That's like a nice little dance. It's like a nice little taste at the end. Everything comes through, but then the bacon really pops at the end, so you're being like romance, and then your bum gets pinched at the end.
I wonder what you were going with that one. I've got to say, the texture of the bread being softer does give it a different experience. But like you said, I think you can taste the individual taste of the bacon on its own better in this sandwich. But I think you can taste more of the lettuce and the tomato in the first one.
Oh my God.
I feel like we're going to be getting a different dance for every sandwich right now.
If American BLTs are like this, if what you have at home is like this, I can understand why you scream at us and go, you're doing it wrong, this isn't a BLT, this is how we do it. It's night and day. It literally is night and day compared to what we had previous. And even the BLT video we did, this absolutely smashes the store-bought. I mean, literally different plane, different universe, different state of existence. My only criticism, and this is a tiny, tiny, tiny criticism, the integrity of the bread isn't quite. I'm not sure if we want something like Texas toast or like a real thick bit of bread just to keep up the integrity of it. Taking nothing away from it. The taste is outstanding, and I'm really enjoying the tomatoes as well. I'm not a tomato man, am I? Really?
No, you're not a tomato man, but I've got to say, these are vine-ripened tomatoes, bought on the vine. I did check, see which ones I wanted, even though they're a bit of packaging, so I think I selected some good ones, but I hear American tomatoes or something else as well. Actually, I don't think I've had a tomato in America, apart from fried green tomatoes.
We're not going to grow our own because we're not going to be there that long, but maybe we'll have some American tomatoes. Now, I need to say a massive thank you to all our cousins. We've still got 1 more sandwich to go. Changing our lives. I mean, for the better. Taste, techniques, new foods, new ways of cooking. Love you guys. So this is sourdough
Yes, and this is holding up better as a sandwich. And I've got a question. Would you guys always have a BLT on bread? Because we don't have BLTs like this over here, but we quite often have a bacon butty, which is quite often in a roll, isn't it? So we quite often have bacon in a roll, and that is a bacon butty over here, and that's a good breakfast thing. We do have bacon between bread, and we just refer to that as a bacon sandwich. Let's see what sourdough's like.
I'm so happy right now. Who knew bacon could bring so much joy and happiness?
So, this one feels slightly more sophisticated. You might have these at home, but if you're going out for a nice BLT, you might want it on sourdough or a bread that would hold up a little bit better, and you wouldn't look like a complete, I don't know what the word is, but one of those eating it. I've got a few things to say on this one. I do really like the sourdough bread, but I kind of feel like it might be overpowering slightly. You take a bite and see.
Mm. Mm.
There's a lot more chew going on in the sourdough because obviously the bread in these two kind of just come into the sandwich, whereas the sourdough is standing out on its own in this sandwich. So even though you might take the same size bite, you're having to work that a little bit harder to get it into your tummy.
Yeah, and I know what you're saying now. I think it's a bit more complex, more of a complex bite. The sourdough does add another element to it. How I would make this better, grilled.
Now, we did this before and some people said it just makes the texture that bit harder to eat and could potentially cut the roof of your mouth. I didn't find that last time, but I get what you mean. I mean, it is quite a tough piece of bread. Now, I do have another question. We did see about possibly adding something like cheese to a BLT. Now, I don't think that's commonly done, but what other kind of toppings or little add-ins do you like to throw in there? You guys are always coming up with crazy concoctions, which seem crazy to us, but then we try it and we're like,
I never want to buy store-bought bacon again.
I don't think we ever should. I think you should smoke our bacon from now on, and I think we should have a little play around with the different cures for the meat. Now, we have to find a winner of these and which one is king of the ultimate BLT.
I've made my mind up already.
I've made my mind up. So in third place, my BLT is going sourdough with a 7.
I'm going to echo that. I'm going to go sourdough with a 7. The only thing I can think of to make this better is to grill it.
And my reason for giving it a 7 and it not being the favourite is I think the sourdough is taking away from some of the taste of the individual elements in it. In my second place, I am going to surprise myself, and I'm going for an 8 out of 10 for the bread version on its own.
I'm going to echo this going second, but I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10.
Okay. Okay, so
Beautiful.
that leaves one clear winner, and I think we both decided, and I didn't think this was going to happen, that we both like the grilled one. So the grilled one is the ultimate BLT in our opinion. Now, I really did think that that grilling, especially in bacon fat, was going to overpower the whole thing, but it just works beautifully.
That has blown my socks off. I cannot believe just how good that is.
I actually think that is worthy of a 10 out of 10.
I'm saying 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Best BLT I've ever had. So tasty, it holds up, I can taste everything. The bread is amazing. I know it's naughty, you don't want to be having this too much, but as a one-off or once on a special occasion, incredible. I'm never going to buy bacon again. This is outstanding, and I've got to thank you, cousins across the pond, who encourage us to not only explore BLTs, but to actually explore making our own bacon, but not only that, smoking our own bacon, and this is an absolute winner.
If our bacon escapades have left you hungry for more, then please join us and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video.
And all that leaves us to say is,
Take care,
God bless.
and see you in the next video.